The Lakers are just trash at the moment.
The Lakers, a team with 17 NBA championships, a storied legacy. And yet, right now, they're not just struggling, they are failing. And let me tell you, at this rate, this team will never win another NBA title. I'm about to break down exactly why. Buckle up, Laker fans, because this one is going to sting. From LeBron's lackluster defense to Anthony Davis's soft performances to JJ Redick's coaching blunders, this team is built to lose. Forget about competing for a title, folks. They're headed for a crash landing. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the Lakers' hopes for an 18th banner are as dead as their playoff hopes this year. Once the king, now a shadow of his former self, LeBron James, for all his greatness, is looking less and less like the player who could carry a team to the championship. Let's talk turnovers. 5 turnovers in a recent game. 5. That's not the king. That's a liability. But let's be honest, greatness in the past does not guarantee success in the present. While LeBron still puts up decent stats, his performances tell a different story. The energy, the dominance, the ability to take over games when it matters most, it just is not there anymore. In a recent game, he turned the ball over 5 times. Those mistakes should not come from someone with 20 years of experience. And don't get me started on his defense. I call it the Statue of Liberty defense. You know, just standing there while the other team runs circles around him. That's not leadership. That's a problem. LeBron is just standing still watching the play unfold. This kind of effort is a problem, not leadership. Defense wins championships. And right now, LeBron is not delivering. Even more concerning is his attitude. Leadership is about inspiring the team, setting an example, and holding everyone accountable. Instead, LeBron often looks disengaged during timeouts or distant when the team needs him most. This is what happens when the leader of your team is more concerned with his stats than leading. The Lakers don't just need LeBron to score. They need him to inspire, to lead by example. But instead, we're seeing a guy who's more focused on his own legacy than helping this team win. That's a recipe for disaster. The Lakers do not just need a star player, they need a leader. And right now, LeBron does not look like the leader this team desperately needs. Without leadership, everything falls apart. The team lacks direction, the chemistry is non-existent, and they end up looking like individuals instead of a unit.
Whatever the case may be, but I'm not. I said the other night, I'm not playing till the wheels fall off. I'm not going to be that guy.
LeBron's legacy is not enough to carry this team forward. If he does not step up, the Lakers' hopes for another championship will continue to fade. And then there's Anthony Davis, the so-called dominant big man. When the Lakers need him most, he's nowhere to be found. Against teams like the Denver Nuggets, where's Davis? Soft. Against foreign players like Jusuf Nurkic, he disappeared. He can't even get his own rebounds. No physicality. No leadership, just a guy standing in the paint hoping something good happens. If LeBron's struggles are one problem, Anthony Davis is the other. For someone with his size, talent, and athleticism, Davis should be dominating every night. Instead, he's inconsistent, unreliable, and far too soft when the Lakers need him most. Against stronger teams or physical players, he disappeared. Whether it is getting out-muscled for rebounds or failing to assert himself in the paint, Davis simply does not deliver when it matters. For a guy with the size, talent, and athleticism that Ad has, his performances should be dominating, but instead he's looking more and more like a role player. One night he looks like the best big man in the league, putting up monster numbers and controlling the game. The next, he's nowhere to be found, playing passive and avoiding physicality. This lack of reliability is why the Lakers cannot depend on him to carry them forward. They need Davis to be a consistent force, night in and night out. Instead, they are getting flashes of brilliance followed by stretches of mediocrity. Without that consistency, the Lakers are left with a glaring hole in their lineup. Davis has the tools to be great, but his inability to step up in crucial moments continues to drag the team down. Until he plays with the toughness and leadership expected of a franchise player, the Lakers will keep struggling to find success. And the man calling the shots? JJ Redick. If LeBron's fading leadership and Davis's inconsistency are not enough, the Lakers have another major problem. JJ Redick, in his first season as head coach, looks completely overwhelmed. Leading a team with superstars like LeBron James and Anthony Davis is not easy, but it is clear Redick has not figured out how to make this roster work. The Lakers lack a clear identity, and much of that falls on the coach. Look, I get it. He's new. But when you have a team with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, you better be ready to coach. And Redick just isn't. Where's the defensive identity? Where's the offense? This Lakers team, with all its talent, looks like they're playing pickup ball. Under Redick, their defense has completely fallen apart. This is the same team that, under Frank Vogel, had the #1 defense in the league. Now, they rank near the bottom. The Lakers are giving up easy layups, open threes, and showing no sense of urgency on that end of the floor. Defense is supposed to be a team's backbone, but Redick has failed to instill any structure or discipline. Offensively, it is not much better. The Lakers' offense feels stagnant, with players standing around waiting for LeBron or Davis to create something. There is no movement, no creativity, and no clear plan. At times, it looks like they are playing pickup basketball, not running plays designed to exploit their strengths. Redick's lack of experience shows in critical moments. Late-game situations often highlight poor decision-making, whether it is questionable substitutions or a complete failure to adjust. Great coaches make their teams better. Right now, Redick is making the Lakers worse. For all the talent on this roster, their coaching staff has not found a way to maximize it. Unless something changes, Redick's struggles will continue to be another reason this team is falling apart. Let's get real. The Lakers are great against bad teams, the ones with injuries or the tanking team, but put them up against a team like Denver, Phoenix, or OK, and suddenly they're looking like they don't belong on the same court. The problem is not just talent, it is effort and execution. When facing fast, athletic teams, the Lakers look slow and disorganized. Their defense gets exposed, their rotations break down, and they are constantly playing catch-up. These games highlight how far behind they are compared to the NBA's best. The gap in physicality, speed, and focus is impossible to ignore. The turnovers make things even worse. The Lakers often shoot themselves in the foot with careless mistakes, giving their opponents easy opportunities. Add to that their inability to sustain effort for 4 quarters. And it is no surprise that they struggle against playoff-caliber teams, even when they manage to keep games close. Their lack of focus and poor execution in crunch time seals their fate. Championship teams rise to the occasion when the competition gets tough. The Lakers, on the other hand, shrink under pressure. Their inability to consistently perform against top-tier teams is a clear sign that they are not built to contend. Until they figure out how to bring the fight to the league's best, their championship hopes will remain a distant dream. Championship teams aren't just about having talent. They're about mentality. The Lakers used to have that, but now they're soft. No mental toughness, no defensive identity, and no ability to compete with the league's top team. There is no hunger, no fire, no sense of urgency. Instead of playing like a team determined to win, they play like individuals going through the motions. They rely too heavily on their big names to carry them and hope things magically fall into place. But winning a championship requires more than just talent. It demands grit, discipline, and teamwork. Right now, the Lakers lack all three. Look at teams like Detroit, OK, and the Spurs. They're playing exciting modern basketball. The Lakers, they're stuck in the past, trying to force a formula that doesn't work anymore, and they don't even have the pieces to make it work. If this team doesn't evolve, they'll be left in the dust. Unless this team undergoes drastic changes, they will continue to fall short. The Lakers' hopes for an 18th banner are slipping further away with each game. They are not built to compete in today's NBA, and without a complete overhaul in mindset and strategy, their championship window has already closed. Laker Nation, I hate to say it, but this team is a mess. No leadership, no defense, and no chance to win it all. This season is a wash, and unless drastic changes happen, the Lakers will never raise another championship banner. At this point, it's clear why the Lakers are failing, but let's bring it all together. The truth is, this team is broken from the top down. They have no leadership, no consistency, no defensive identity, and no ability to adapt to the modern NBA. Winning a championship isn't just about having star players. It's about building a team that knows how to win. Right now, the Lakers look like anything but that. LeBron, while still putting up numbers, can no longer carry a team the way he used to. Anthony Davis, with all his talent, continues to underwhelm when it matters most. JJ Redick, inexperienced and overwhelmed, has failed to establish any sense of direction for the team. And when they face good teams, they fall apart, exposing all their weaknesses for the world to see. Championship teams thrive under pressure, but the Lakers crack. They lack mental toughness, effort, and focus, the traits that separate contenders from pretenders. Instead of building on their legacy, this team is tarnishing it. If they continue down this path, there's no reason to believe they will ever raise another championship banner. The Lakers aren't just in a slump, they're in a free fall. Without a dramatic shift in leadership, strategy, and mentality, their dreams of an 18th title are dead. The once great franchise is now living off its past glory, and unless something changes fast, that's all it will ever have. The truth hurts, but sometimes it's necessary. The Lakers are no longer the team of legends, banners, and dominance. They're a shadow of what they once were. For a franchise that built its legacy on greatness, watching this slow decline is painful. The heart, the fight, and the fire that once defined the Lakers are all but gone. And unless something changes, this team will fade further into irrelevance, living only in the memories of its glory days. Championship teams adapt to survive. They grow with the game, finding ways to stay ahead of the competition. The Lakers, however, seem content to rely on their history rather than build for the future. The league is evolving, but they refuse to change. Without new ideas, new energy, and a willingness to adapt, the Lakers will continue to fall behind. It's not just a matter of making tweaks to the roster. It's about completely rethinking how this team operates, from coaching to player development to their overall philosophy. Right now, the Lakers are like a broken record, repeating the same mistakes over and over again. Until they embrace change, they'll be stuck in the shadows of their own legacy, unable to compete with the NBA's rising powers. Laker fans, you deserve better. You deserve a team that fights for every possession, every game, and every championship. But the harsh reality is this: until the organization looks in the mirror and faces the truth, the dream of raising that 18th banner will remain just a dream. But what do you think? Am I being too harsh? Or is it time for the Lakers to blow it up and start fresh? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's have the conversation. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next rant. This is just the beginning.